welcome back, and thank you for coming back, all of you who are here for our Play Your Crafts Right this morning, and welcome to any of you who are just waking up. I totally understand that. It was very early if you were in the US or maybe over in Australia or somewhere like that. So welcome, or welcome back. It's whichever works for you. Now, it has been such a busy day. We've had some amazing deals. We've had our showstopper. We've had lots of things. But you are absolutely going mad for our spring savings that we've got on the website. Now, you've got those. I think I was supposed to do that second and I've jumped straight into that. But never mind, never mind. But our spring savings is on the website. So, if you go onto our website, there's a banner. Click on that and you are going to see loads and loads of things in there, and you're going to save up to 70% in there. Absolutely, that's 70, yes, 70%. We've got some amazing deals, and we've also got double points to celebrate the US Mother's Day tomorrow. Well, it's more than US, because I've had a few people saying it's Mother's Day tomorrow, wherever you are. I think Australia have said it's their Mother's Day as well. So in celebration of all those wonderful mothers out there, we're giving you double points on everything. Now, there are a few things out there as well today with bonus points on, and you're also going to get double points as well. So back to our spring savings. So absolutely brilliant. Now, you saw earlier I showed you the scissors, which I thought were a really, really good deal. This time I've got some of our tri-blend brushes. Now, Michelle was using these earlier. She didn't use either of these two, but this one actually has got the ice grey blend. Now, these are individuals. I've got 2 packs. There's 2 packs in the sale. I have got Spring Blooms and Classic Chic. So you have got 3 colours in here. So these are your tri-blend brushes. So they're completely different colours. I love these, but they're colours that have been picked to go together. So you've got your sort of your purple blends, your green blends, and your pink blends. So they do. Oh yeah, they are the complete shades. What am I talking about? I'm talking about rubbish here. So yes, they are shades of the tones of the same shade, so to speak. So they're all the same colour family, and they're going to blend absolutely brilliant. Now, these should be $9.99 a pack. All day, every day, because effectively you're getting 9 pens in each pack. But today we're going to give you a 40% saving. So you're going to save 40% on these, and that's going to drop the price down to £5.99 or $7.19. And then obviously you are going to get your Club Inspired discount as well. So whether you want to go for the Spring Blooms, I think what confused me is because you're getting the pinks, the greens and the purples, so it's like 3 different colours within that pack. And then on this one, the Classic Sheet, you're getting dark red, brown grey and ice grey blend. So really, really usable. So I love how you could do this gorgeous rose in there. Now, just like earlier, I'm not on my own. Michelle is with us still. She's not. We've locked the door. She can't leave till 8 p.m. We're not going to let her go. But you've got another one of your favourites out of our spring savings, haven't you?
I've got a little bit of storage, just a little bit of totally Tiffany. We all love a bit of storage. We all love a bit of storage that is this classy looking. It's not just functional. It's pretty, so it looks great on your shelf. You've got a really strong handle here. What I love is you've got this handle here as well. So if you've got these stored on your shelf, you've just got accessibility to the handle without having to sort of fumble about. And then you have got all these drawers in it as well. And again, so I love this, and I love the fact that each of these drawers comes out singly. You don't have to be taking the whole set out to access what you want. So you're going to be able to, storing all sorts in here. We've got glitters. We've got our colour blend pencils. If you've got if you are, a soft crafter, absolutely perfect for this. But, this is just to give you an idea sort of size. We've got some of, I love these, our sparkle paint pots or ink pots. So they fit in perfectly. And again, I just love the fact that you can bring each one out separately. It fits lots of stuff. It's going to sit on your shelf lovely. And again, it looks nice. It looks fabulous. It's not well, if you're going to be getting lots of your Totally Tiffany stuff, which you probably have, it's all matching. So that's what I love about this.
I know, and if you look at the footprint at the bottom of that, how much space it's going to take up when it's stored, because you're using the height.
Yes.
You certainly couldn't get all of that loose into that same storage area, could you?
No,
Which
definitely
is
not.
Perfect. Now that has got a whopping 30% off today, so you are going to get that for £11.89 or $13.99, and then you're going to get your Club Inspire off there. Now, our first look shows are always really, really popular. We see such a spike in viewers, and this morning, no, it's afternoon now, isn't it? Is no exception. We've already got Sarah Brown here. Hello again from Melbourne, Australia, because it's now 11 p.m. You need to go to bed, Sarah. Go to bed. Ben McCarthy's here again. Hello, Ben. Suzanne Dawn here is good. Hello and good afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Thea says, hoy hoy everyone. Lynn Blackledge says, good afternoon. I'm suitably refreshed and refueled, ready for another show. Well, so are Michelle and I. Charlotte Everett's here. Good afternoon, all my crafting lovelies from Herne Bay. Lois is here. Good morning, everyone from Ohio. Laurie, hello and good morning from Gilbert, Arizona. Zoe Carver, hello everyone from West Sussex. Sunny here today. Well, it's supposed to be really nice in the UK this weekend. Paul Print Times 4 says, hi everyone from South Carolina. Anne Clark is in a very sunny Dorset. Betty Gozzle is good morning from Oklahoma. Slept late today. Were you allowed? It's Saturday. Kerry Carney says that bag is perfect for holding all of the Academy of Colour pens and pencils. I've seen that, and people sort of use 6 trays, and you can just use a tray per Academy of Colour box.
Yeah.
Works really well. Mary Beth Doyle says, hi everyone joining from Minnesota. Well, hello Mary Beth. Carletta is hi everyone from Arkansas, and Lillian Kwok says, hello Corrine, Michelle, and everyone here. I went Corrine and Colin, that's at home. I don't know what happened there. There was too many. And Sabrina says, hi everyone from Carrollton in Texas. So, hi, there's lots of people here. And you're all here because it's a first look show. And we've just been talking about this just before we went live, how much we are all looking at this. And you know, Michelle has got 5 demos to show you on this, so we're really going to have to crack on to get them, but she was just loving it so much. Now, as we've already said, this is a first look, so this is going to launch on Friday with our Sarah, and I'm sure she's going to get through lots of demos on that. So you have got your stencil here. So this is a gorgeous stencil. Look at this. You've got your leaves and vines. It doesn't always say what it is. So that's called Olives and Leaves. So you've got that. Now this one is beautiful as well. This is called your Mediterranean Tile. Isn't that beautiful? Now you've got the outside cutting blade separately, so you can cut it out or you can cut it in. I mean, I love that. I mean, look at the craftiness with this. You're just seeing straight away how you're going to be able to chop it up and use it in different ways. Oh, paper piece, says Lily. Then we have got your Live Your Zest Life, which is gorgeous. Look at this. You've got the lemons, the oranges, all the leaves, and you've got all of your words as well. Then you've got your border. So this is your delicate lace border. So, oh, there we go. Look at that. So you can have it along the bottom, along the top, down the sides. It's entirely up to you. It's a little bit different. I love this. I've not seen one just like this, but I really think this is gorgeous. Then you've got your Mediterranean window. Let's go the right way up. Absolutely beautiful. So you can really set the scene. Are you going to have your lemons and oranges growing around it? But if not, you've got the gorgeous florals. I love the pot, the little orange tree as well. Then we've got this one. This is your lemon vine. Oh, come down a little bit. Isn't this gorgeous? And paper piece in it works so well. Now you can see it's a cut and emboss die. I think Michelle will use this because I think this is her favourite one at least once, and she will show you how you can cut and emboss it so you can get all of that detail through there. Now I think this one might be my favourite. This is your decorative tile. It's a 3D embossing folder, and as soon as you touch it you know it's 3D. It weighs more, it feels heavier, and it just feels much more robust on there. But isn't that gorgeous? Look at all those tiles. Imagine how you're going to be able to trim these out and use them all separately. Now those are all of your bits that are going to last. Now it wouldn't be a Crafter's Companion collection if we didn't have a paper pad. So we have got, look at this, double-sided. Isn't that beautiful? Now that's the top. So this time it sort of seems to be quite tiled on the front, and the back is actually the more deep. Well, it depends how you class as more detailed, but the back of papers have more layers on them, more additional images. But look at all of these gorgeous tiles on there. Oh, look at that one. Isn't that beautiful?
I love this. I love every inch of this paper pad.
It is beautiful.
Front and back.
But isn't it different to anything we have done before? Yeah. I can't think of another paper pad where we have got that looks like this. That Mediterranean feel is just right there, isn't it? But look at these. Look at how you're going to be able to cut into these and use them. Somebody said to me, fussy cutting these works really, really well. But I just love the colours. The blue is just perfect. Very Greek town with that blue and that, you know, absolutely gorgeous. Now, you're also going to get it in the 6x6, exactly the same. You know how they work. The full paper sheet is there now in the 6x6 as well as the 12x12. And then look at the colours on that linen cardstock. I can't remember last time we had a linen cardstock collection in those sorts of colours. So you're going to get 6 colours, you're going to get 4 of each, that's 24 sheets in total. These are 250 GSM. I forgot to say the papers are 180 GSM and all double-sided. This is your luxury linen pack. Now, on the few collections we've had recently, we've all started adding in little bits, whether it's an ink pad or something. This one, we've got our tricolour aqua markers. So these, I'm going to turn it round so that you can see. You've got your gold, amber and marigold in one, so that's your citrus fine. Clear Skies is giving you aquamarine, navy and peacock blue. And then in the Bougainvillea, you've got magenta, Bougainvillea and moss, which is lovely. So you've got the pinky purple, the bluey purple and the green as well. So those straight away, if I was to put those pens, look at that. It follows in the same sort of colour pattern, doesn't it, with the green up here. Absolutely, you can see exactly where those pens have come from. The colour palette of this collection is beautiful. It's so fresh, it's so clean. I could wax lyrical for ages, but I'm not going to, because I'm going to give it straight over to Michelle, and she can wax lyrical about it instead.
Oh, I could talk to you about this all day, every day. It's like Corrine said, it's totally different, it's totally new, it's something we've never done before, and I just love it, especially perfect for this time of the year. So what I'm going to use first is the embossing folder, the decorative tiles, and I've got my delicate lace border here. So this is, again, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful die there for that. So let's just pop that to the side for a minute because we're going to use this first. So it's a 5x7. It is absolutely gorgeous. We've got a 3D embossing folder here. So I have just cut my card down just to fit. And then I'm going to bring in my new plates. And we're going to run it through. So 3D embossing folder, so you were going to use your bottom plate and maybe your magnetic and your plastic shim on top. If you feel that's too much, then take your magnetic out, but run it through first with that, see how it is. If you feel like your embossing folder's cracking through your card, a little bit, then take that extra magnetic shim out. So it just depends on, I think everyone's machine just varies a tiny, tiny little bit. But look at that. Can we see that detail?
Wow.
There? Look at that. It's
beautiful, isn't it?
So it's obviously not standing out too much at the minute, so we're going to pop some ink on it. Now at home, I used my duos. But I thought here, because, you know, not everyone's got those yet, I'll just use my water reactives, you know, just so you can see that actually whatever ink pads that you've got at home are going to work equally as well. So I've picked Midnight and Honey Pot. I'm just going to pick up a bit of ink and we're just going to ink over that. Look how beautiful it is. It's just,
it really comes to life, doesn't it?
It really does. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It really is. Really makes all that decoration on there just pop. So let's go to the other side and we're going to use Honey Pot. And again, you can use your lemon tonic if you want. You could use your straw bale if you want in a more subdued colour. But I thought, let's just go for it. And I love, so you get obviously that overlap in the middle, you get that lovely green coming through. So that green, blue and lemon really ties into this whole paper pad. So let's just add a little bit more on there. And that's it. Very, very happy with that. Look how lovely that is. The pattern is just gorgeous. Now what you can do if you want is you can fussy cut this up. You can cut this all up into tiles and, you know, tile a background if you want. You can absolutely just use it as it is. The possibilities with this, you could die cut another one out or emboss another one, cut some of those squares out and just have the odd square laid up on some foam. Gives you, you know, the illusion of sort of broken tiles maybe. Right, so very simply now, I've got a lovely, just look at that. I mean, that is sort of the A side in this pad, which is gorgeous, but I'm just loving the whole look and effect of this paper pad. So let's just get this glued up. So I will give you the size in a second. Should have done that first, but I'm a little bit too excited. So let's pop that on there. Just wiggle that into place. So the piece of card, so it's 9 by 7.5. So it is a nice big card. You could do this a lot smaller if you wanted. I wanted this to be able to sit in the middle, which is why it's the 7.5 inch high. So let's.
I will read out all the comments when you finish, but oh my goodness me, there is a lot of comments and a lot of love.
It's just amazing. It's I mean, I love every collection that we've ever brought, but this is just...
It's just the point of difference, isn't it? Yes. Can you think of any other collection, any other company that's done something like that? I can't. I'm just genuinely, I cannot think of another collection by anybody that's like this.
No.
At all.
No, I can't. I mean, I obviously, we're crafters still, so we are always on the internet looking at all the new releases from every craft company imaginable. And I don't recall seeing one like this, not for a long time anyway.
Do you know what? I think this is such the right time. So many people are saying Greece, holidays in Greece, you know, it's mid-May now, so let's just say it's the end of May by the time you get it, because it doesn't launch till next week, you know, and all that. So this is, you know, May time. It's just when we're all thinking about those holidays, aren't we? And I just think it is absolutely perfect time. Our Charlotte's going into Greece in 3 weeks. You kept that one quiet, Charlotte.
She didn't do a Debbie with that one, did she?
No. She hasn't talked about that like Debbie might have talked about hers. So you've put another piece of paper under that. Is that because it's longer than the card you're cutting into?
Because it's longer than the... I mean, I could have left that piece of card longer, but I'm going to be cutting it down anyway. But because I have cut it down, I don't want my die to go straight into my plates.
Right.
Again, it's about preserving your plates, isn't it? So if that cuts straight into my plate, it's going to, obviously it's going to cut in deeper. So if I've got a piece of card underneath, it just prevents that from happening.
That looks like one that you might have embossed the tiles onto.
So it was my practice piece that I had to the side, and it was a waste piece of card, so I thought I might as well use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get, there you go. Look at that.
Oh,
I need to do nothing with it.
Oh, so, I'd forgotten about the yellow. I was looking at the white.
So that gives you a bit of an idea of what if you paper pieced it, what it would look like. It would take a little while, but would look amazing once you'd done it.
It would.
Right, so let me just pop these to the side. And I am going to get rid of that because I don't need that. I just wanted this shorter piece because what I wanted it to do was roughly be the same size or width as this. So I'm just going to pop it behind there. So I'm just going to tape that little bit there. So I'm going to pop a little bit of glue just on there. So it didn't matter how long I left that border at the bottom because I'm going to pop it behind there all the way up to the bottom of that decorative cutout piece.
So you could have done that in one piece if you'd have wanted to.
I could have done. I absolutely could have done. But what I'd done when I prepped this at home was I'd cut this front piece out, and then as an afterthought I thought, oh, it would look nice with that on top.
Yeah.
So I've just cut it out and popped it on top.
No, yeah, I just...
But yes, you absolutely could have done because obviously, you know, the piece of card is big enough. But again, I just didn't because it was sort of an afterthought. Sounds awful, doesn't it? But it was actually, let's see how much I can use.
Why don't I use it? Yeah.
Yeah. So let's pop this on. So everything, do you know, it's almost like you need to wear sunglasses to look at this collection.
I know, that yellow is so gorgeous, isn't it?
It's so lovely. So let's mat and layer that on here. So again, my embossed piece was 5 by 7. So this is 2/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch larger, and then the white again. So the white is going to be 7.5 inches wide. Yeah. And then it is perfectly big enough. I've got my little tab there to pop behind. How lovely.
Isn't it?
Is it? So it looked lovely like that, but then I thought, oh, that will look nice.
Yeah.
So hence the reason I popped it on there. So let's just glue this on. So again, let's judge the middle of this. There we go. Just wiggle that down just a touch. And again, so again, with this kind of card, obviously I've got that margin? God. Yeah, no, that's Corrine Vardaman over there.
Is it?
She says, oh, you're a mathematician. And I was like, no, that's so not me. Yeah, so I was going to say, so if you don't like to see that on the back, then again, just cover it with some either paper or card, whichever you want to do. And then we're just going to pop that on the front, nice and simply. And again, if you want to really go bolder with the colours, then, you know, add more ink. Maybe use your pigment inks that we've got, our opaque ones. You're going to get a deeper colour, a more intense colour. But I'm not gonna. I'm quite happy.
You know, when we get all the comments sent through on the tablet, so these have been picked up by Susie on our socials, and she's put them on to here. For everyone that's loving this collection, she's put a little lemon at the side of it. Oh. Which is just perfect. It's just like it was made for it. I just love that.
Love it.
Absolutely cool. Gosh, there's so many people here today. So many people. I think, yeah, you all love it when we show you your first looks.
So we've got So these are from, is it the Mediterranean? Bohemian?
No, Bohemian.
This is Mediterranean, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm going to pop that on. I've got the Zest is yet to come.
It just shows, doesn't it, how all of our collections will sort of cross-pollinate, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. These were still sat on my desk and I thought that's the absolute most perfect colour to go with it. It really is. So I thought, why not use it? So I'm going to use a bit of hot glue, just to pop that there. And then I'm going to pop that over. Let me have that more to the side. Let me just, I don't...
Pads off,
Yeah.
the backing off the pad.
Let me just get rid of that. I want the...
Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah, because it's because of that, yeah.
Yeah, I want this to be more to the side, so I just needed to move that a little. So we're going to pop that there. Let me bring in a little pokey tool, tidy that up a little, flare it out. There we go. And that's all I'm going to do with that. I really want that embossing folder to be the focus of that.
That is absolutely gorgeous. I am loving this, and so are you all. So let's just see. We have Anne and Kim Fisher, both of you are here. We have Laurie here from Pennsylvania, who's looking forward to this collection. So Anne Clark says, like the look of these already. Charlotte Everett says, very excited for this collection. My romance books have mafia men as the anti-hero, so will be good for making cards to send out with my books. Oh, there's a lot going off in that statement, Charlotte. Vanessa says, good morning from Florida, everyone. Charlotte Everett says these papers are gorgeous. Anne says the colours of these papers are right up my alley. We've got Carolyn back from Florida. We've got Evelyn saying good morning from beautiful Colorado. So Melanie D says, oh my God, that embossing folder with a big heart emoji. Hannah Gosling-Smith says, this reminds me of a holiday in Greece. It really does, doesn't it? It's got very Greek vibes about it. Melanie says the colours are gorgeous. We've also got Michelle Parsons here. Anne Cadgel says, I like seeing the patterns and geometrical in this pad. A nice change from all the flowers lately. Not that I don't like flowers, but I'm happy for these new patterns and designs. I think you've hit the nail on the head, Anne. We all love the flowers, and I will never not use a floral pad because I love them. They work so well. But every now and again, you just want something a little bit different, don't you? And this collection is delivering that in the droves. You're just going to get so many different views. Michelle Parsons said it would look beautiful to do a blue and white checkered pattern with the embossing folder, very Mediterranean. Yeah, get your finger daubers out, so when you're inking, you're only inking where you really need to go, and that would love that. I love this set, says Paw Print ×4. UPS just delivered yesterday, so excited to see Michelle's make. So I take it you must have bought it via HSN. Michelle Butler says, I got this from HSN, it's gorgeous. Sarah Brown said, this is such a beautiful collection. Jerry Johnson says, good morning from Southern Maryland. Good morning, Jerry. A little rain in the forecast. Hello, Michelle, Corrine and crew. This collection, lots of hearts. I've decorated a previous kitchen in this colourway and still think back on it with big love. There you go. Laurie says, my collection arrives today. Can't wait. Evelyn says, I've been waiting for this collection. The papers look so amazing and the embossing folder is wow. Can't wait to order. Friday, get up early. Anne says, I envy all of you in the UK and Europe, so close to so many different countries and cultures to visit. You say that, but we also say the same about America and all the bits around by you, because you've got different ones to visit. So I think it's grass is always greener, isn't it? Michelle Butler said, this set is so my colours. Anne says, my kind of crafting, things tend to evolve during the process. That was reference to you changing it. Susie liked the fact that I enjoyed the emojis. Michelle says, this collection goes so well with all of the Polish pottery I collected during trips to Poland.
Wow.
Ooh, I don't know much about Polish pottery, but I'm assuming it's got the yellow and the blue vibe to it. And Deborah Benson says, this set reminds me of my nonna's from Italy kitchen.
Yes.
I recently decided to decorate my kitchen with this theme, and then this collection came out. Crafter's Companion read my mind. Now, Lynn is asking, could I show the pad again? I'll show the pad and then Michelle will do another demo. So there we go. There we are. Isn't this beautiful? So the top is like a tile, and then the reverse has the extra layers on it as well. Look at that pattern. But look at that. Look at the colours. Aren't they beautiful? And you almost feel, to looking at this one, like it's got a glaze over it, and then you've got these pieces over here. This tile is lovely because you've got the tile pattern, and then diagonally you've got another pattern running through it as well. So that is beautiful. But then again, you've got the oranges on the back. So it goes from this sort of goldy yellow and blue to some sort of very yellowy blues and very yellow yellows. Or lemon yellows. I love this. Works so well. Isn't it? Look at that. That's almost like a starry night, isn't it? And then you've got the vines and oranges and the blossom. That one, absolutely gorgeous. Look at that with the yellows. So what's on the back? Oh, that's sort of flipped. And then again on here. Each time you look at the tile and you think they can't come up with another tile design. And then they do. Isn't that beautiful? Two more designs to do. Let's find that one. There you go on the back. And then final. There we are. Absolutely perfect. Right, I hope you like that. That was for Lynn. There we go. And I'll go through some more comments in a minute. But first, I want to quickly show you our weekend wonders. So you have been loving this. So this is £105 or $139. And you're going to get it all for £45 or $45 today. So this is an amazing value. Don't forget you've got that double point on top of that as well. So you're getting one of the waterfall dies. Then you're getting 4 of the cute character tags. They're double-sided character tags, remember. Your colour blend pencils in the primary. 2 packs down here of your aqua pens. So that's 18 colours in total. Then down at the front, just down here, you've got your Bordeaux opaque pigment ink pad and your glossy highlights. Now, if you're a platinum member, all of that is going to come in at £36 or $36. That is massive, massive value. Now, that's our weekend wonder. Also, another wonderful thing we've got on for the weekend, and it's only for the weekend, is our 70% spring savings. There you go. Go onto our website, spring savings, it's there at the top, up to 70% off. Click on shop now, and then it's just going to scroll through and bring them up. Please scroll through. Pick what you want before they sell out. Look at that. Illustrator pen, 74p. Absolutely brilliant. That's before your platinum price. Natural Beauty, I keep seeing that one. Absolutely gorgeous. There is so much on there. Please go and have a look. You're going to love what's there. So that's our spring savings up to 70%. And it's like a second weekend wonder because it's only there till the end tomorrow, or first thing on Monday morning. So please go and have a look at that, and don't forget to have a look at this main weekend wonder as well. And that's working out, I think, probably better, but about your 70% off as well on there. So, Michelle, second demo, please.
Oh, if I must.
If you must. If you must. We said you must.
So the lemon vines, so I'm going to use that. So this
you love that one, don't you?
Oh, I love this. I just absolutely. Oh, it's stuck. There we go. So you've got that it's huge, it's lovely, it's beautiful. So we're going to be using that, and I'm going to use this stamp set. So it's called the Mediterranean window. So if I bring this in, you've got those lovely vines around your window. You've got the actual window itself, and then you've got again all those lovely elements. And just wishing you a wonderful day, Mediterranean dreams, and with love. So a lovely little stamp set there. So what we're going to do first is we're going to pop this on here, and I'm just going to line it up.
It's such an unusual edge die, isn't it? But it is beautiful. So lovely. I mean, you could go across the top or down across the bottom, but I think it just cries out to go down the side.
It does, definitely. Or if you are creating it, popping it onto some form of box, you can have it, on whatever side you want, really, I suppose. So let me bring in my plates. These are my new
You've
plates.
got some new plates, have you there, Michelle? Why have you got some new plates, Michelle?
Oh, because I have got this most beautiful machine right next to me. It's coming soon.
Soon, 2 weeks.
Not long to wait. If I can wait this long, you can definitely wait just that little bit longer. I am only using it here, so I'm going to live here for the next 2 weeks because I don't have one at home yet. So right, let's pop that through. And again, your plate combination for this, it's exactly the same as your old machine, so you're not having to learn new plate combinations, which is what I love. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to lift these off. Let me just take that off.
You're trying to do it without the dye coming off the cardstock.
Yeah, look at that. I don't need to do anything else to that. But what we're going to do is we're going to pop it through and we're going to emboss it. So we're going to pop that on there. And remember, so if you add your rubber, you take out your magnetic.
Yeah. I think the only time I can think that you would ever use a magnetic shim and your rubber embossing mat is if you were embossing with a stencil.
Yeah.
That's the
you
only
need
time.
it all in, don't you, then?
Yeah. That's the only time I would use. Lots. Oh, Katie McDade says, feels like a theme from the BBC programme Death in Paradise. I think there's a compliment in there. Lots of love for this one. Laura Gray says, I haven't seen this one before. No, this is your first look. This is the first time you'll have seen it in the UK. It's not launched at all yet. Friday, because there's another question, when's it launching? Friday,
yeah,
with our Sarah. So yeah, so make sure you tune in. And big tip, one of our design team, Linda, she's lovely, and she does lots of beautiful samples and things for us. She said, absolutely love playing with this collection. Don't sit on the fence once released. I think it will sell out very quickly. I think this paper pad could be one of our record speeds. I mean, I have no idea what quantities. We don't get told the quantities because it's not on the website yet. But I can almost guarantee whatever the quantity is, it won't be enough. It will not be enough. There we go.
Definitely not. Right, so you can see, because I've put it back through with that rubber embossing.
Oh, yes.
Look at the emboss.
Look at that. That makes a difference, doesn't it?
It really does. It absolutely does. So I'm just going to pop that to the side for a second, because those lemons that have popped out, we're going to colour them in.
All right.
So I'm going to bring in, so it depends entirely up to you. I've got gold blend, light yellow, and I've got citrus, but I think I'm going to go with the citrus blend.
So you could do it, cut it again out of lemon card or colour in what you've got?
You absolutely could, yeah, entirely up to you. I'm on watercolour card because of what I'm going to do with the rest.
Right.
If you didn't want to colour onto the watercolour card, recut it out in normal cardstock and then colour onto it. But for the purpose of what I'm doing, this watercolour card is going to take my colouring perfectly. No problems at all. And again, you've got that little bit of texture there as well with that lovely watercolour cardstock, which again, for a lemon or an orange, that sort of texture on there actually adds a little bit to it. So I'm going to go around the edges with my darkest. I'm going to come in a bit further on that side. Give myself sort of an off-sided shadow. There we go. Going with the mid and just tickling over those edges. And then I'm going to go back over that bit with my light. And then what I'm going to do is with this tricolour aqua that comes with it, I'm just going to take, again, entirely up to you, I'm going to take that gold edge and I'm just going to go round that edge. Just adds a little bit of, again, added interest, added detail, and it makes it pop again when I pop it back in to my die cup.
Ah, yeah, that does look lovely.
Yeah, and then all I'm going to do with this is I've just got my white gel pen, and again, we're just going to pop a little bit of highlight on there if you want. Again, it just adds that little bit of depth, that little bit of dimension. So we're going to pop that to the side for now, because I'm going to bring this back in. And before I paper piece those lemons back in, we're going to use this gorgeous stamp set. So I'm going to pop this on here. And oh, there we go. We're going to bring in this, and I'm going to stamp this gorgeous window on here. So I'm going to pop that a little bit off centre, so just a little bit higher up than the middle. And this is the reason that I've used the watercolour card, because I'm going to use those aqua pens.
Ah, yes.
So I'm going to use my rustic brown waterproof, and the reason I'm using brown is it's a window frame. It just cries out to be inked or stamped out in a brown rather than a black, because you've got those shutters, you've got all that wood there, so it just felt more appropriate to use the brown. So again, I'm not too bothered about it being perfectly stamped on there, because again, you can see the stamp, it adds to that effect anyway. So let's just finish that stamping off. And remember, when you're going onto watercolour card, you might have to go in a couple of times because of the texture on there. So let's pop that there, which is, again, I tell you all the time about how much I love the stamping platform, how I wouldn't be without it.
Yeah, it's using the right tools, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we saw earlier that you used your rocker blocks, but it's getting the right tools for the right job.
That's it. That's absolutely it. Right, so what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to bring in these, my aqua pens. And again, you know, like someone said earlier, it reminds them of their nonna's kitchen in Italy. This reminded me of, you know, when you go to those certain streets in Italy or Greece and all the windows are painted in all the bright colours.
Yeah.
So this was sort of my thought process behind this. So
you're colouring directly onto your card?
I am this time. Normally, I do pick it up off the mat with a wet paint brush, but I just thought for this, I'm just going to go straight in, and I'm going to get that detail down first. So I'm not being careful or perfect. I'm just going to add lots of little detaily bits like this. So almost like the paint's peeling. You know, it's that sort of effect. You're left with those bright pieces on there still, and then certain bits have peeled away. So just adding lots of darker colour on there. We'll colour the behind bit with this. And again, I don't want to colour all of that image in. You absolutely can, but I want to leave white bits, because I am going to bring in my paintbrush in a minute and just bring it through.
Lovely colours.
They're so pretty.
Just imagine the sea being that colour, couldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Or the sky.
Yeah.
Look at that blue sky.
We've got this darker one as well. We're going to add some extra dark bits on there. So I'm going very quick because I want to do all 5 of my demos, but you will take a lot more time doing this. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of my paint brushes. I've got my water next to me, and I'm just going to dip it in, just pull it through. So just blend it together. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. If you like the effect that you've got from just doing that and not actually watercolouring it.
You're not really blending it much, are you?
No.
At all? That must be an almost dry paintbrush, I take it.
It is. I've just got the tiniest bit of water on there, dabbed it off onto my kitchen roll, purely because I don't want it to blend too much. I want those bits that I've left white just to have a hint of colour coming over them. So we're going to leave that one there for now, because if I bring this one in, this is my finished one.
Oh,
and
wow.
you can see it's not too much different.
No.
And again, I've just blended it out just a little bit for it, and then obviously I've used, I used the gold on that. But for that actually, because it's quite, so if let me flick this over, it's quite gold, and it was a little bit too much. So what I did was I just popped it on here, and with my wet paintbrush, I just picked it up so it would be a lot lighter. So if I actually coloured that on, you can see how much of a difference it makes. So I wanted it sort of a lot lighter.
So it's lovely that your pens, you've got those different effects depending on what you want.
Yeah.
Colour it direct or pick it up off your glass mat.
Yeah, absolutely.
And remember, all of these, you could colour these with your sparkle pens as well.
Yeah.
That look lovely.
Yeah, definitely. Right, so let's pop this on here. So 8x8 card, I've got some of that gorgeous blue textured card from the pack. I've already matte and layered, again, some of this gorgeous paper onto some white card. There we go. Let's pop this on here. And pop that on there. So I've got a nice big blue border around that.
And I like how you put the white between the pattern and the blue. I think it makes it pop. We've talked about this so many times.
Yeah.
Sometimes, it's right to put your pattern straight onto your colour, but sometimes it just looks so much nicer when you can
definitely
put that white between.
So I'm going to use my dotty on this edge bit. I'm going to use one that's got some left in it still. So being very careful on those bits because they're quite delicate. I don't want to rip them. So you can see that bit there, quite delicate. And then we're going to pop this on the top. There we go.
You know, when people say, what glues do I need? All of them is the answer.
Yes.
All of them. Really, really simple answer. You'll have seen Michelle's used, she's used it all purpose. She might have gone in for the tacky. She's used a tape pen, dotty and solid on different one. Yes, I think it's all of is the answer.
It really is, isn't it? There's a glue for everything, and you really do need, it's like we were saying earlier, you need the correct tool for the correct job. Yeah. So you absolutely do need all the glues. You need all the glues, all the papers, all the tools. So let me we're just popping these back in here. So let me, wait a minute, okay. I've stuck them in and I haven't stuck them in yet. There we go. So you can see you've just got that little bit of paper coming from behind, which looks lovely. And then you've got those lemons that we're going to pop back in. Let's pop that in the correct way. I could have these on foam pads if I wanted, but because of what I'm just going to do to the side of it here, I didn't want to, I felt it didn't need it. So what we're going to do here is, I thought that looks lovely. So what we're going to do is, I've got a piece of paper. So this is 3 6/8 of an inch wide. So it covers my window up when I've got it on there. What you're going to do is you're going to score it at 1/2 inch increments all the way down. You're going to give yourself a big concertina. And then when you have got that concertina all the way down, you're going to use either your pokey tool or a hole punch. And on each side, you're going to create, depending on what you're using, a hole all the way down. You're going to bring in some thread that you've got in your stash at home. And what you're going to do is you're going to thread it all the way through, all the way down the side.
So you've made a Roman blind, basically.
So I've made a Roman blind, basically. So what we're going to do is let's open this back up. I just thought it's just a different way to use the paper pad. So on that top bit, we're just going to put a little bit of foam. I'm going to use this because I think it's the sort of the right depth. So just across that middle, you don't want it to go over the string at the ends. You can see all I've done is I've just threaded it all the way down. We're just going to pop this off.
I'm fascinated what this is. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this.
We're going to pop that on there. And then once that's nice and firm, you're going to be able to pull it up. and you've got that little reveal there. So we're going to pop Take It Easy at the bottom. And again, I've wrapped some of that string round it to tie it in. So let me bring this back down just so I can line it up perfectly. And you can see, you need to make sure, when you do it, make sure your holes are wide enough that that is going to obviously run smoothly.
Yeah.
Let's line that up at the bottom, or do we want it a little bit off?
It's either going to be off, or
Off,
perfect,
yeah,
isn't
or
it?
perfect.
We're going for perfect.
There we go. And then that's it. So I don't need no ribbons or anything like that because you've got that.
I love that. That is, I have never seen a card like that before. Have you done that as a tent fold or a side opening?
So it's a side opening, but you could do it as a tent fold.
No, just wondered about that string, so that string will just sort of pop down, won't it? How lovely is that? Something so different. Now, we always know we get a lot of love for these collections. So Deborah, who said about it, reminding her of her Nonna's kitchen, says, I'm obsessed with anything lemon. And I'm first generation from Italy, so this would be perfect. My grandmother would have loved it if I made a card with this collection. I think anybody's going to love it, Deborah, so yeah, beautiful. Jeffrey Langley says, happy Saturday, Corrine and Michelle and all the great superstar crew and folks here. We've got Pamela Greenidge, already told you Linda loves this. Diane said, your card is so pretty. That was referring to the first one, but I'm sure she meant it for the second one too. Lovely card, says Carletta. Betsy said, good morning from Houston. This is a beautiful collection. When is it launched? If you missed that, Friday. So yes, I don't know, is it Sarah in all day? Have we got one of us in as well? Becky's in the morning, and then Sarah will be launching this in the afternoon. Oh, and she's going to do a few demos with this in Wake Up Call, I'm guessing. So, Gwen said, been looking forward to this Mediterranean preview. I think a lot of people have. Laurie says, reminds me of tiles in Portugal, Spain and Morocco. I took loads of pictures of tiles during a tour because they were so beautiful. Now you said that, I see Greece when I look at this, but we did we did Morocco, but we also did Portugal a couple of years ago, and I really can see that Portugal-esque vibe as well. Laura Gray says, wow, I haven't seen this before. No, you won't first look. Unless you've seen it on HSN, this is the first UK look of this. Phyllis Henley says, hello from Mount Vernon, Washington, first time here. Hello Phyllis and welcome. So this shows a little bit different, Phyllis, in this is our first look, so you can't actually buy this collection today, but you will be able to buy it from Friday. I'm going to show you some other bits you can see up there, other bits that we've got on the show as well. But yeah, you've tuned in on a first look, which is slightly different, but you're going to love the inspiration, and the companionship on this group is amazing. So brilliant to have you here. Love this die, says Rebecca Davis. I think she's talking about the vine one. Michelle Parsons says the lemon die edgeable is perfect for paper piecing, which is what our Michelle just did. Ooh, love this, says Gareth. Colette says just popping in for a bit, but I bet you stay for a long while. Anne said, are the tricolours in this set new colours? They're brand new colours, are they? Oh, there we go. I've been told they are. Excuse me. I've seen an aquamarine, but I don't think we've not had them as a tricolour like this. Now, I think they're exclusive configurations, that's for definite. But I don't think I've seen a bougainvillea before. That's a new colour, but some of the other colours you might have seen before, but never in this configuration. So you've never seen a pen with gold, amber and marigold in it all together. So that is definitely new. Barbara says, hello everyone from Indiana. Pamela said, that is such a gorgeous and card and very unusual, Michelle. I love it. Evelyn said, Michelle, this is stunning. So yes, so there we go. So let's just have a quick recap on what you're going to get. So your bits that are going to last forever are your delicate lace border, which is an edgeable. You saw Michelle use that in the first demo. I think by the time we've gone through, she'll have probably captured virtually everything. Then you've got your Live Your Zest Life, which is all your sort of punny sentiments, and your lemon and your orange. You've got your lemon vine, which is what you just saw. Again, that paper piecing looks beautiful. You also just saw your Mediterranean window. But how about, you know, building up your scenes? You can do these so beautifully with that. I love this one, the Mediterranean tile. Cut it out of your card or cut it in your card, depending on what combination you use. Now, I know Michelle's got a demo with this, olives and leaves, because I saw that. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? I am so into stencils at the moment, use them all the time. Decorative tiles, it's a 3D embossing folder, so the depth on there is amazing, all sorts of different heights and depth. I love that, and again, you have already seen that. So those are your bits that are going to last forever. Your consumables are your tricolour aqua markers with citrus fine, which is gold, amber and marigold, clear skies, which is aquamarine, navy and peacock blue, and bougainvillea, which is magenta, bougainvillea and moss. So they're there, 9 colours. You've then got your paper pad, which we've seen a couple of times, which is good. I'm just going to go quite quickly. You've got your tile on the front and you've got your decorative pattern on the back. Look at those colours. They are absolutely beautiful. So good, so different. I don't think I've ever seen a paper pad like this. I've not seen anyway. I'm not saying there aren't, but I've never seen one like that. You've got your A4 luxury linen card. Let me turn it over so you can see your full range of colours. Beautiful, and you'll see those, it's just like looking at the pens. They are a perfect match. And then finally, the 12 by 12 papers, we have them in the 6 by 6 configuration as well. If you want to buy this, I would wholeheartedly, if you want to buy it all, I would wholeheartedly recommend tuning in for Wake Up Call on Friday, because some bits are definitely going to sell out. Some of those paper pads and things are going to go quick. We don't know what the numbers are yet, but they're going to go quickly. Lily says she does, and it's not enough. And there you go. I'm not sure I was supposed to say that, but I did. Quick look at our weekend wonder again. All of the details are down here. You're going to get your waterfall card, 4 of your cute character tags, which are double-sided, your primary colour blend pencils, 2 sets of your tricolour aqua pens, so that's 18 colours in total. You're getting your Bordeaux pigment ink pad, so you can heat emboss and do all your techniques with that, and you're also getting your glossy accents. That should be £105, so you're getting about 60% off from there, $139, so yeah, even higher percentage off there because it's still $45. Your platinum price down here, £36, $36, which is brilliant. Now, oh, did I forget to look? Oh, I forgot to put my iPad on charge. It's about to go. So I've got my phone. Right, so I wanted to show you our showstopper from yesterday, which is beautiful. You've got your nesting dies. I'm going to show you, I could show you the packets, but that's, you want to see what you're going to get. You're going to get your quartz. Look at, you've got the square with that sort of ovally shape in the centre. I love this. I love all the different textures and the different patterns. You're getting your corner dies as well, so that's quartz. You've got this one, which is opal. Again, I love this. You've got the rectangle and then the rectangle inside there. And I'm pretty certain that some of these are going to be able to mix and match around, because if I look at that, that's the same height. So why not try put it, I don't know. I'm thinking that centre should fit in there. I'm thinking so. And then the same for the squares. You're going to be able to mix and match your centres around. I don't see why you can't. So that's ruby and, oh, we said quartz. We've said opal, so I didn't mention topaz as well. There we go. And then, that's the name of my mum's cat, Topaz. Then you're going to get, if friends were flowers, this is one of your statement sentiment dies as well. You're then going to get your fancy sentiments, thank you, there, I couldn't remember that. You've got your just to say and your special friend. So maybe you've got everything here for a complete demo. So, you know, you've got one of these sentiments on your card and you're done. I mean, they're not just thrown together, these. They, you know, they are thought about, these showstoppers. You're going to get your luxury red cardstock, which is amazing with your encapsulated. That wasn't the word I was coming out with, but I'm not sure. You've got your mirror and your satin. you've got your carnival of your Centura pearls. Look at those colours on there. I'm seeing lilac, cherry, platinum, fuchsia, all of those gorgeous colours. That's one of my favourites. And actually, I'm thinking that pumpkin, that would go so well with, look at that, wouldn't that go so well with my Mediterranean dreams? But then again, so would, there was a green, where's my green gone? There was a, oh no, it was a turquoise, wasn't it? But yeah, oh no, there was a green, it was under there. There you go, that green's going to go really well as well. I just caught it up. There we go. So you're going to get all of those. You're also going to get your matte black cardstock. And your 12 sheets of heat-resistant acetate. All of that today for £80 or $100. But look at that platinum price, £64 or $80. Such amazing value. So there we go. So we're going to demo a video. I've lost track. Right. So let's have a few more comments and then we'll have another video there. So. There we are. So we said, Laurie says, I cannot wait to make my godmother in Greece a photo album with all this brilliant collection from when we were in Greece together. Oh, that's a lovely thing to do. And says, so clever, Michelle. I'm always impressed with your great ideas. We all are today. Lovely. Beautiful card, Michelle. Very different, says Lois. Phyllis says, love the window shade. Yeah. All sorts about different ideas. Demo of the week, says Betty. There we go. That's a big shout. That's a big shout. I love this card, says Charlotte Everett. Could use this idea and lots of different windows too. I'm thinking Wisteria and Country Lane. Yeah. Yep. Use these ideas. Very unique, Michelle. You never disappoint. Poor Prince Time 4 says, I think I'll use the stamps over the lemons in the edger for texture. Oh, yeah. Do they mix and match? I'll have a look in a minute when we're on the video. So creative, says Kathy Weirback. Love it. Thank you for the fantastic ideas. And Michelle Parsons says, I think using the lemon edgeable to make a template would be great for making a lemon background paper. Yeah, you can make like stencil type effect. Yeah, that would look brilliant. Now, I think I've already given the game away. While you all digest what you've done, maybe go and have a look at our website for our 70% spring savings, or up to 70% spring savings. Go and have a look. We're going to show you a little club inspired video.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
You get
get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. Love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Yep, this programme wouldn't be the same if it wasn't for we didn't have you as viewers and commenting and joining us and just loving the show. So yes, that is brilliant. Right, I want to remind you of a couple of the things. So don't forget a celebration for Mother's Day. I know it's Mother's Day in a lot of places tomorrow. I know it's definitely in the US and Australia. Then that's tomorrow. So we're giving you double points on everything that you buy. So remember that showstopper that launched yesterday, you're getting double points on it today, so it's probably the best time to buy it. And also, we've got our up to 70% spring savings, so make sure you go and look on the website as well. I just want to point out, I don't check these things first. This is actually the trends. The colours are the right colours. What we've been showing you are the colours you're going to get, but it's actually called trends, not carnival. So there you go. You're going to get these colours. If you like these colours, you'd have bought it anyway, regardless of what it was called. But there we are. I just wanted to point out, this is the trends collection of the Centura Pearl, and that's what's in that lovely showstopper. So there we go. Right, Michelle, are you ready for demo 3? Come on, I need to give you a bit more time.
I want to do all 5 because I think across all 5, I think I've used everything.
Brilliant.
So hence me being a speed crafter today. But I've picked 2 again of the items. I've got that gorgeous stencil, so it's the olives and leaves, and I've picked the stamp and die sets that live your zest life. I love it. So when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Not throw the lemons at people, like I said earlier. The zest is yet to come, squeeze the day. So again, I love all the sort of little puns and stuff that we come up with. So we're going to use that in a minute. I'm going to use this now. But before I do, I'm going to bring this in. I want to show you this. So if you remember, a couple of years ago now, we brought these out. So this is the little kit that's the apron, which was for Father's Day, Mother's Day. You've got the little pockets on the front. You had all those the rolling pin, the hammer, things like that. So what I've done is I've used this. And I've used this to cut out a few aprons. So like someone said earlier, it reminds them of their kitchen or their nonna's kitchen, and this is exactly what it did for me. The first thing I thought was, it reminds me of those little old nonnas in Italy where they're in the kitchen and they've got their recipe books and things like that. And then I remembered I had this, and I thought this will make a nice little recipe box. So I've cut lots out, so I've cut them out in... If you don't have this, then you're going to cut a rectangle out, and if you can cut those curves freehand fabulous by just drawing around something. So for instance, if I bring in an ink pad and you can draw around the bottom of it, it fits perfectly. If not, if you've got some oval nesting dies, just to cut those two corners out, or if you were fortunate enough to get this, you can use this. But many, many ways to make this very simple shape. So I've cut a few of those out, so I'm going to pop those to the side for now, because we're going to use the stencil, then I'm going to show you how it's going to all come together. So again, I've got that midnight blue and honey pot. I've also got my pine tree. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it yet, but I've got it out anyway. And I've got a little box. So this is, and I even got the hubby to write one of his recipes down for me for his sticky toffee pudding. So screenshot that, because that is the most delicious thing I have ever tasted.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, really is. So this is 10.5, I think, by 9. So let's just pop those there for now. I have scored each side, so it's a 3-inch deep box. So let's just get all these scored first. And then we're going to come in with that stencil, which is just, it's gorgeous. So if you've got any texture pastes at home, or anything like that, any of your inks, they're going to go through these beautifully. Right, so let's just get these cut first. It doesn't really matter if you cut these first or second. I'm cutting these first, just because I am. Again, it doesn't really matter, because we're only going to be stenciling it anyway. So I am cutting these, so they're both going to go onto this longer side.
Yeah.
Rather than onto these sides. So let's do the same here. So I always cut a little notch out. You don't have to. I just find it comes together better if you do put that little notch in. I know some people like do a huge notch. Some people go like all the way to the corner. Again, it doesn't really matter, you know, if that's what you want to do, then absolutely. So if I pop those together like that, you can see that they're overlapping, which I don't really want, because I don't need that extra strength there, so we're just going to trim them down.
Oh, I see, yeah.
And again, I'm going to cover these on the inside with some paper, so you're not going to see it.
You just need enough to secure it, really, don't you?
Just enough to secure it. So again, you can see that I've got enough there that I can glue it together, and I haven't got all that overlap there.
Well, it's taking away from space to put your cards in, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So let's bring this in. So I want to just ink the middle bit, because we're going to have some paper over the sides. So let me bring this in. So I'm just going to bring in a little bit of tape just to secure it to my card. And again, it doesn't really matter if I peel that off, and it takes a little bit of the card off, because again, I'm going to be covering it. So just going to add a little bit of blue there, a little bit of blue there. And again, the more you reapply, obviously, the deeper it's going to get. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reapply it in some places and not in others, so you get in a more distressed, yeah. I'm going to pop this through the middle. I love this, which is why I said I didn't know if I was going to use that green next to me or not.
You almost don't need it, because where you've gone over the yellow over the blue, you've created your own green, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
How gorgeous is it?
That's so crisp and clean.
Yes, beautiful. So we're going to turn this over, because these two sides are going to be seen. So we're going to put some of the stenciling on those as well. So again, let's pop. And the good thing is I've got that ink on there now. So when I go back over, even though I've not re-inked this up, it's going to bring that ink off of the front or off of the top of that stencil, and it's going to pop it on there for me. And then you've got that gorgeous, totally different colour that you would never have had if you hadn't done that. So again, I'm not going to bring any more ink onto this. I'm going to take that ink that's already there. And again, it just means that you're not wasting any ink. I know that there's lots in there and it's going to last you forever anyway.
You can really move ink around on top of a stencil, can't you?
Yeah.
I love how you've not gone too heavy with that.
No, but it's giving you a totally different colour that you wouldn't get if you came back in with the blue and the yellow. I mean, you can see it's gone green on there. So let's pop those to the side for now. And then let's glue these together. And then we will pop the rest of the bits together. Just wanted to show you a way that you could bring in using all of your other collections that you've got at home to use with these. But this one just, it screamed out to me sort of recipe book or recipe storage. And then when I remembered I had that apron, I thought that's just absolutely perfect. Pop a bit of glue on those two as well. Pop those in. And so how lovely is that? Look at it. It's just the most gorgeous stencil, it really is. And what I love about this stencil actually is it's bold enough that you can just use that and nothing else. But it's also, it also can be a beautiful, subtle background. So in there, look inside. So absolutely gorgeous. So I've got some paper cut down already. So again, you can use again whichever side you want, but this is absolutely my favourite side. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to just line on the inside of this box because it's going to be a recipe box and you're going to be looking in it and you're going to be seeing in there. So it wants to be nice and pretty. So
different.
Just pressing those all down. And again, so that's the best thing about this glue. I can pop it in there, wiggle it right into exactly the place that I need it and want it to be. No worries. And the bonus is when you get it all over your fingers and it dries, you get to peel it off. There's nothing better than that.
Absolutely gorgeous papers.
So lovely, aren't they? Such. So I have used the 12 by 12
I'm going to say,
pad.
I thought you must have done, looking at the size of the print, it looked, yeah, looked to me to be from the bigger pad.
I always use my 12 by 12 first, I must admit. Yeah, my 6 by 6 is there just in case I ever run out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the bigger
Well, it depends
imagery.
what you're doing though. I mean, I often do things that are sort of 7 inches or bigger, so then you've got to use the bigger one. But yeah, it all depends what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, so we've got this apron. All we're going to do now is we're going to mat and layer. So I've got that beautiful...
So that's in the A4 texture cardstock,
yes? It is, that gorgeous blue.
It's lovely blue, isn't it?
So pretty. And all I've done is I've just trimmed the top and the bottom down, just so you get to see that white border at the top and bottom. And then I've trimmed that down just a little bit, just to get all that nice texture on there and dimension. So I've trimmed the sides in as well, so I've got a lot more of that blue popping through. Oh, I became Dr. Zeus then. And then these are the pockets that are on the front. And
yes.
Again, you can simply do these at home if you've got any kind of deckled edge, nesting dies with your corner punches or just your straight ones. So this is all I've done. I've popped some little foam on. So I'm going to create like a little double pocket on the front. And again, with these gorgeous papers, it just looks beautiful. So let's pop that there. And then this one on top. It can be, there we go. So that's coming together lovely. So again, in that little apron collection, you've got these little borders, which you can either put on there if you want to, or if you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm going to pop that one at the top because I thought that looked lovely just there.
I'm thinking the edgeable in this set has you could trim down just the outside bit of the edgeable, and that would look really pretty on here as well.
I can't see why not, definitely. So let's just trim that down. And then, so
it just shows how it brings back all your other collections, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I think that's it. We get a new collection, we forget that we've got old collections. So we definitely shouldn't. I think we do, but we definitely shouldn't. So all I'm going to do is, where is my other ink pad? Oh, it's there. So I'm going to, again, I know that there's the recipe on that, but very gently, I'm just going to go through a little bit. And then just at this bottom corner here, we'll just add a little bit there. So we've just got that lovely effect. It's going to sit in there, lovely. So I'm going to bring this in. So I've already stenciled this one.
Oh, that was nice.
So do you know what? I could go over, if I really wanted to, in between that stencil effect, add that green. Just that little bit of ink, again, that's just still left on here. So we're going to pop, again, just another layer of that pencil. And remember, if you don't have this die set, you are just going to cut out a rectangle and, again, get your ink pad, because that one sits perfectly in there. If not, you know, you've got any sort of anything that you can draw around, or if you've got any sort of oval nesting dies, all going to work absolutely perfectly. So then what we're going to do is, let me pop that back out. So this is going to sit on the front. So let's just glue that down.
Don't envy everybody picking demo of the show for this one. We're not allowed to vote for that, so down to you, lovely lot, to vote for that.
Pop that on there. So I'm popping this level with it. You could have this hanging sort of a bit further over, so you've got almost like that
a lip almost,
yeah,
step.
A lip. And then, so just going to stand it up, so make sure that it's nice and flush for me. I'm going to do exactly on the back, the same here. So I've got the pattern on the outside, and just that little bit that I've inked is all that you're going to see. So let's just pop that on here. So again, stand it up so you can make sure that this is flush with it all. And just give that a good press on there. I'm going to bring in Ben's lovely recipe. I've just got a few more that I've just die cut out that you're going to be popping in there. And then lastly, all we're going to add on there is we're going to bring these in. I've got my Stampin' Dies. We're going to just die cut a couple of these out. And that leaf, oh, we're going to throw it away. Oh, it's there. So where am I? There's my plate. New plates.
New plates, yeah.
New plates. So let's just trim this down a little bit more. Pop those on there. Orange and lemon. I'm not going to sing it for you. I wouldn't do that to you. So again, pop those on there. And you can see it can go through either way because of the new updated and fabulous Gemini 2.
Oh, is that your smaller plates? I thought those were your full-size plates. I didn't realise, yeah.
Yeah. So let's just pop those off. I could stamp onto them if I wanted to, because you've got the matching stamps. But all I'm going to do is just with these, because it's the textured cardstock, so you don't necessarily have to stamp onto it if you don't want to. It's entirely up to you. But just because of what I'm doing, I don't want to stamp onto it. So I'm not going to.
No, your demo,
That's it.
do it how you want to.
So we're just going to pop that one on the front of that pocket. This one on a foam pad on there. I've just got my two little leaves that can pop under there. There we go. That should be more as if it's coming off the top of the orange really, shouldn't it? So let's pop that on. Let me just get those so I can reach. There we go. And there you go. So that is just a nice, made a right mess, look at this. A nice little recipe box, but using, if I just lift it, that gorgeous stencil to decorate all the insides, all the sides. Oh, you can see it all there, look at that.
How lovely is that? Now, you are all loving this. Stephanie says, Michelle and Corrine, you both come up with such beautiful ideas for the collection. Rosalind says, one of these cards is going to be card of the month. Michelle Parsons says, it would look beautiful to add the wisteria textured material to make hanging wisteria around the window stamp very European. Yeah, of course it would. Laura loves that the pens match perfectly with the card. It'll pull in the whites nicely. Such unique idea, says Jean. Another fabulous idea, Michelle. I had an apron with this style, says Michelle. Thea says, Michelle, you are brilliant. Cindy Dottie says, Michelle, simply amazing to realise how to make an apron using the ink pad to shape. There you go. Gwen, appreciate the box instructions. I planned for this to be my first box. Love the recipe idea. Tess says, is that stencil in the collection? Yes, it certainly is. Barbara says, another keeper for YouTube. Lewis says, totally awesome recipe box. Thank you, Michelle. And Linda R says, nice card box. I think what you've shown with the apron, you could do it with any card. If you don't want to do it with an apron shape, you could just do a lovely decorative front, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful. It would look so, so pretty. Right, okay, so that collection will launch on Friday. Wake up call with our Becky, 2 p.m. with our Sarah, and then Becky will be back at 6 p.m. with that. So I'm going to show you something that you can actually get today. And this is our permanent tape pens. It is our start buy. It is a 12 pack. So if you want to get them just like this, how they go to the store, this is how they are delivered. All 12 of your tape pens in here, which is how much in length if we go 22 by 12? Our Lily told me earlier, 264 metres of tape. Absolutely crazy. It's the solid tape pen. Now, if you're going to get these today at £30, that's effectively getting 4 for free, if you, a normal price. If you're a platinum member, down here, that price down here, just down there, £24 or $42. That means, I think you can work out that math, £24, you're getting these for £2 a tape pen. £2 a tape pen, which is absolutely brilliant, brilliant value. What are they normally? £3.99 a pen? Something like that? Yeah, £3.99 a pen. So you're getting them for half price. Absolutely brilliant. So make sure you snap those up. You saw what happened to our dotty tape pens. We brought them in and then they disappeared really quick. Joe says, an amazing demo, Michelle. Paw print times 4, awesome, and different demos today. Now, the next one I want to show you, and I keep saying this is not going to last long because the blue pad is running very, very low, really low. There are a few more of the blush, but not many of the blue. And once the blue sold out, obviously this bundle will be gone. So these are, so £25.98. It says individually, but that's for both pads, isn't it? Why does that say individually? I don't know. We might try and get rid of that because that's a bit confusing. So that isn't individually, that means for these two. For these two pads, £25.98 or $33.90. Now these are single-sided and they are loads of different plaid patterns. Now this is probably one of the most requested paper pads we have ever had. We have had so many requests for this. Our Craig was super chuffed when he was able to launch this because it was just so popular. That is your blues, and so brilliant for your males, your teenagers and all that. And then this is your blush, yes, good blush pastel pad. You're going more in with the peaches, the oranges, the apricots, all of those sort of colours, your terracotta. But gorgeous, and I love that they've still got the white running through, so you can look at that colour. Isn't that beautiful? Even though it's got pinks and peaches in it, I think you're still going to be able to use it for some of your masculine mates, because look at that one, really masculine. Mix it up with your blacks, mix it up with your craft cardstock, and those colours are really going to pop. Again, I think that one could be made quite masculine as well, even though it's lilac. And again, that one, there's nothing that says it's not going to look just right with that. It's a cross between a grey and a blue with the peach. You would never think, if I said to you, I'm going to make you a sheet of paper and it's going to be apricot orange and grey blue, you're going to go, no thank you. But that looks amazing, absolutely beautiful. So if you want both of those today, your platinum price down there, £20.78 or $27. That is £2.39, £10.39 per pad. £10.39. Absolutely amazing value. And you're getting 36 pages in each one, 72 sheets in total. Oh, and don't forget, although it's double points on everything on the website today, this one has 100 bonus points. Sometimes we get a little sticker on the screen, but it's obviously gone off. There we go. Loads more comments. This is awesome, says Paula. Susie loves the plaid pads. Phyllis loves the recipe boxes. So glad you've joined us, Phyllis. And Laura, very clever on the Roman blinds. Right, you've got 30 minutes and 2 demos left. Can you do it, Michelle?
No.
No, you can, have faith. I'll stop talking. Right.
I can do one.
Go on, let's do the one.
Let's do the one.
Let's take a little bit more time and do it and really enjoy doing it then.
Right, so this stamp set. So we're going to use this because we haven't used these yet. We roughly cut out with them, but we haven't stamped. So we're going to stamp and colour them in. So you've got those. The stamps, so detailed. All that skin texture on there is just absolutely fabulous. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bring in, I'm going to move all my bits to the side first. I'm going to bring in my stamping platform.
You're definitely a stamper then a cutter, aren't you? I've noticed.
Yeah, I think I go through phases.
Mm-hmm.
But so what am I looking for? So I'm looking for my watercolour.
Your waterproof ink pad.
Yeah, so I'm going to use my flagstone this time. Again, I just don't want that dark black border on these. So just going to pop a couple of these on here. And we'll pick those up. Right, so flagstone, because we're going to use again those lovely aqua colours that come with this.
We've put you a waterproof ink pad selection on the screen. You're getting flagstone, pebble and rustic brown. So that's really lovely, because that's going to work so well with this, because it's, you know, it's not got that harsher black one in there. So it's going to work absolutely brilliant. £10.78 or $16.18 if you are platinum, which is an amazing price. Do you know, I sometimes think when we stamp onto glass mats, we don't get it as level as we'd like, do we?
No.
Follows the shape of the table.
Yeah, that's it. Right, so I've got the orange lemon and those lovely those leaves.
Have you done that, do you say, on watercolour card?
Yeah, so I used the watercolour card, which is why I went in a couple of times, because it doesn't necessarily, because of the texture, you do tend to find that you need to go in a couple of times. Right, so I'm going to colour down onto here this time. So that is the marigold. And that is that lovely amber in the middle, and then I do like that noise, and that's the gold.
So those are, just so everybody knows, those are one of the watercolour, the aqua pens from this collection.
So I'm just going to pick it up off my mat this time. I showed you how I went in before and coloured straight onto it. You can absolutely do it either way. It's entirely up to you. So
you
I'm
need
gonna...
a totally Tiffany rotating board. I'm watching you spin that round.
I know. Definitely. So I'm going to add a little bit more water. I'm just going to pick up less of that orange.
Yeah.
So when I go through the middle, you've automatically got that shading going on. Blend those edges out if you're a little unhappy with them, but you blend it out and you've got straight away that lovely shading from light to dark. So we're going to go in with this orange. We're going to go in with it. Is it the gold that I'm using for the lemon? So again,
it's great how that you can just dilute it down enough so that you can get it very lemony if you want to, can't you?
Yes, that's it. That's it, because it's quite an intense, it's not necessarily a lemon colour, but like you just said, once you water it down a little bit, because they're the aqua pens, you obviously can do that. So you can water it down and you can get a ripe lemon and not ripe lemon. Isn't an underripe lemon green though?
It is, yes.
So there is a green.
You've got moss green, yes.
So, you know, it would absolutely work if that's what you wanted to do.
Moss green for all your moss green for all your unripe lemons. It's not got a selling tagline to it, is that one? No.
I've heard worse. So again, I'm just doing this. I'm not doing it quickly because I'm trying to be quick. You can just do this. It's not something that takes ages to do, and then you are going to get an amazing effect anyway, because you're watercolouring, and by nature watercolouring is not necessarily perfect looking anyway. So I've got a couple of those here. I've already got a couple already inked out, and what I actually did with this one is then once this had dried, I went back in with my pen and I just added a little bit on those shaded areas. Just a tiny little bit, and then all I did was I got my wet brush and I just blended it out just a little bit. So it's just to highlight those particular areas on your fruit. So I'll pop that wet one to the side for now, and I'm bringing my new plates. Do you think I'm ever going to get bored of saying that?
No.
And then let me get some little pieces of tape. We're just going to tape these down. But again, don't forget, you've got that magnetic shim in there for a reason. You know, if you want to die cut these out first, you don't necessarily have to be taping them all down all the time. Your magnetic shim is absolutely perfect for that. Let's get these last two off. Get a little bit more tape. I mean, you could fussy cut these if you wanted to, but you don't need to because you've got the dies. But
and they're
again,
all going to go through your mini as well, aren't they, if you want to do them individually?
Absolutely. And again, don't forget, you can build up a lovely scene using your masking tape, you know, with all these oranges and lemons. That would look amazing. You could absolutely go to town with your own backgrounds with these. And I'm using the 3 aqua pens that come with it. But remember, you've got all your tricolours. You're going to have tricolour brush pens, your classics, the colour blend pencils that are on today. You can be using those as well. So even though I'm using everything in the kit, you don't necessarily have to, especially if you want to build up an amazing scene. So let's pop that off, and we'll just die cut these other ones. That's not the right one. There you go. So pull that off there. Every which way, but the right way that was.
Always the way, it's always the last time.
So pop that down.
They really do pop with that little bit of colour on them, don't they?
Look lovely, don't they?
our Lily came up with a good idea. Stamp a background in black and white, just pick out a couple in colour. That would look really, really pretty. They really come together, come to life once you start to cut them out.
Yeah.
Really lovely.
Absolutely.
There we go.
So I'm going to pop these, see, you've got that lovely white border around there.
Yeah, I do like that white border around.
I love a white border. I really do. So I'm going to quickly, I'm going to die cut the other ones out as well because I do need more.
You want them all, do you?
Yeah. So let's just pop those there. Bring in this. Oh, I've
You've
got
done that
tape.
first. We've no idea what you're going to do with these once you've made them all.
It's me. You literally could be anything, couldn't it? So let's bring this last bit of tape in. Pop that down there.
I think you're all loving this collection. I think it's going to be very busy on Friday morning. So if you do want the full collection, I'm sure there'll be a showstopper, but if you want the full collection, please be quick to tune in. If if you want those paper pads, if you do want the aqua pens, if you want all of those are the sorts of things. The consumable bits are the bits that we always find sell out first. So yes, so make sure that you tune in on Friday morning. So yes, and if you do like those paper pads, then I don't know what the deal is, but maybe consider getting extra paper pads as well. So yeah, there'll be a deal on there somewhere. Not that I'm privy to that yet, but it'll be. There we go.
Right, so let's get these last ones off and pop this card together. So I just thought I'm using just the oranges and lemons. Let's make them the focal point. Oh, I could sing that. Oh, I wouldn't sing it for you.
How long do you think it's going to take Sarah to start singing that on Friday?
Not long.
Not long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there we go. So I've just peeled mine off, and you can see a little bit. It's pulled a little bit of that colour off, but just go back in. It's not a problem. Just go back in with your green and add it. But actually, I like that. I think it looks quite funky. So we have got a card base. It is 11 by 8. I've scored it in half, and then just so far across, entirely up to you how far across you want it. I've just marked a notch, and then I think this is roughly, so we've got 2 inches here, and I'll give you the exact measurements. I've gone 2.5, so 2.5 inches in, and 2 inches there, and 2 inches there from this middle one. And we're just going to have that lovely fold it in bit. So when you open it up, you've got those oranges and lemons. They're gonna pop. So all we've done then is, let me bring these in. I've mat and layered some of that card from, again, that gorgeous, gorgeous collection. And it's entirely up to you which side you want to use. But I love those sides. So I'm absolutely going to be using those. And it's very bold, it's very fussy.
It is, it's very vibrant.
But yeah, absolutely love it. So let's just glue this onto here.
And again, the orange is out of your A4 card pack, and then these, looking at this because it's larger, it is out of the 12 by 12 paper pad as opposed to the 6-inch paper pad.
Absolutely. This orange is the most gorgeous orange I think I've ever seen.
It's very tangerine orange, isn't it, I think?
Yeah.
That's how I'd describe it.
It absolutely is. So I will just pop some glue on here. If you want, you don't have to add these corners back on if you don't want to, especially if you really want if you really want your oranges to pop, or your oranges and lemons or whatever. That's quite a little bit big. Let me trim that down. So I'm probably going to end up trimming that orange border off. But again, it doesn't really matter because we're going to be having these decorative bits on there. So again, you don't have to put the patterned and the coloured card on the top of this one. I just
You just wanted to use a different paper again, didn't you?
I really did. I wanted to use as much as I could, and I just thought it was quite fussy at the bottom, but bold and lovely. And I thought, actually, let's clash. Let's really go for that big, bold, fussy but fabulous. I always say I'm a more is more, and this is definitely the collection for more is more. So we're going to pop those there, and that's going to close lovely. So all we're going to do for that is, if you struggle with this bit, then what you're going to do is you're going to line this up exactly where you need it to go. Where's my pencil? So measurements and stuff, don't even worry about them. Make sure you've got your border exactly the same all the way round. We're going to put 2 little notches there. I'm going to do it with my scissors.
I think you're very brave.
Probably do it on my guillotine at home. But you can see I've got a perfect border all the way round now. And then for this one, I've just cut it. Again, I've gone down that 1/4 inch increment, and I'm not going to worry again about any measurements, because we're just going to pop a little notch there, that little notch there. We're going to trim it exactly to that little notch, and we're going to pop it on. And we're going to see, actually, I need to take a bit of a slither off that. So we're just going to, it's always better to do it a little bit at a time.
Yeah, you want to undercut, don't you, not overcut. You can't stick it back on.
That's it. So there we go. I've got a nigh on perfect. I'm a little bit wonky. I've gone a little bit wobbly in the middle, so let's trim that back down. And that's better.
Happier with that?
Yeah. So then that one's going to sit on the front perfectly.
Perfect.
So let's just get this glued up. I thought this card makes the most out of the papers as well. You've got all those beautiful elements in here, but for this one, it's definitely the paper pad that is the star of the show for this particular card. And sometimes it's nice to just do that, not necessarily have lots of all the die cuts and the edgeables and anything like that, which are all fabulous. But sometimes it's nice to have that paper just say, hello, this is me, hello.
There you go.
There we go. So
Perfect.
when you open it, you've got that gorgeous pop-up element there. So we're going to pop these on here. So we're going to glue them across the top. There's a lot of popping today.
Yep, all tonight's show is going to be about your pop-out elements. So this must have been where you were thinking, I think.
It must be, yeah.
This is what you were thinking. You were thinking it's a pop-out show day today.
I've really gone to town with poppins today. So can you see how they come in?
Yeah.
Lovely. So let's pop a couple more of these in here. And this one, pop that just under there. I need to put another one on because the odd number looks so much better. So we're going to pop that there.
It'll still close because all the overhang is on the inside. Michelle's done it in such a way that the overhang's on the inside, so it's not in the seam doesn't get in the way.
All going to go perfectly because I've followed that line here with all my decorative element. I know it's going to sit perfectly. And then for the outside, let me bring these in. I've got this. I could just squeeze you, so it's from the same set. And all I did all the way around is I just stamped these randomly, and then I just cut it down. So I didn't want them perfectly on there. I wanted part of that orange there and part of the leaves. I'm going to leave this just like that. The only thing I'm going to do with this is just to take that stark whiteness away, is I've got my sandstorm. And I'm just going to bring that round the edges. You could just colour that one orange in. So back to sort of Lily's idea from earlier. where
Especially if you use the same colouring as you've got with all the die cuts.
Yeah, that's it. So we're just going to take that stark whiteness away so it doesn't stand out horribly. We're going to pop that on some foam pads, which are just here. And I've still got some of those lovely oranges and lemons left. I'm going to decorate the front. Lily can't get that song out of her head, bless. Oh. You could have this on here. It gives you that faux image. You could have it in the middle. You can have these popping over there as well, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pop that there, and they're going to go in there. I'm going to have to stop saying the word pop. So I'm just remembering to just put a bit of glue on them bottom bits. Yeah, I haven't said bob it on for ever such a long time. But now...
That's a very Yorkshire thing, bob it on.
I say it all the time.
Did you? Was that one of your... I like that because you followed the line of that card, so it's you can't see where you've not cut it, folded it, can you?
That's it, yeah.
So it just gives you, space behind.
It does, absolutely. So when I open that up now, you've got that lovely element in here. You could pop a piece, of white card where you're going to put your sentiment or
with a little bit of stenciling on?
Yes, definitely. But if I just turn that round, it stands up beautifully. And then when whoever it is opens it, you've got that lovely pop out element.
Absolutely gorgeous. We are loving this. Shall we do demo of the show and then I'll show you all the boards again? I think we should we?
Yeah.
We've got 4.
Yeah.
So I think the only one, unless I've missed it, that you haven't shown us is the Mediterranean tile.
Yes, which was on my next demo.
Yeah, that's the only one Michelle hasn't shown us. But you'll just have to tune in on Friday and I can almost guarantee it will be used on there. There we go. Oh, Susie says I have a bell emoji for when Michelle says bob it on. There you go. There we go. Oh, I have to read it. I'll read out all the comments in a minute. But Rhonda says, I'm thinking of using one of the stencils for the risers on my staircase. That would look lovely.
Yes.
Do like that. So, right, demos. What have you got, please?
Right, so number 1, the first one that I did was with that gorgeous embossing folder. So that's number 1. Number 2 is the that edgeable with the Venetian blind on. So that's number 2. Number 3 is my little recipe box with all that stenciling. And then number 4 is the one that I've just done.
Right, I'm not gonna pass comment because it's not for me, but I think you're gonna have a tough choice, and Susie's gonna count up the comments. Yeah, everybody is loving these, so let's have a quick look. Where are we? So Phyllis said she loved the recipe box. Laura said very clever on the Roman blinds. BJ Clark says good morning from Oysterville, Washington. Another beautiful day at the beach. Oh, I am jealous. Paul Print Times 4 said this card would have to cheer anyone up. Oh my goodness, this paper is really gorgeous, says Debbie Mahan, and she says the colour combination of Mediterranean Dreams is one of my favourites. This is what we said. This collection is so different to anything you have seen. Phil Watson says that card looks like an explosion in a paint factory. It ain't discreet, but I love it. There you go. He says afternoon all, caught the end of the show. Well, glad to have you here for some of it. Paper is beautiful, says BJ Clark. Talked about Rhonda. Lois says, gorgeous card. Thank you, Michelle. Lisa Watkins says, I love this collection. Can't wait to get it. The papers are just exquisite. Well, all I can recommend is that you are there Friday morning, first thing, to make sure you are ordering this. So what are you likely to be ordering? You're going to be ordering the Mediterranean tile. This is beautiful. Use it all, use a little bit. It's entirely up to you, but you can see how you're going to be able to break down. Lily's saying paper piece. Wow, that would be a labour of love. That would be a labour of love, but if you want to do that, then you could do it. I think I'd be tempted to put it onto some acetate and use my pens to colour through. Might be a little bit quicker. Shaker, yes, that would look lovely. You've also got your delicate lace border. Beautiful. And this is what I was thinking, you know, when Michelle did the apron, you could actually trim this piece off, and that would have looked really lovely on the apron. We've got our Mediterranean window. All of those elements, we've only just used that's the royal we, by the way. We have only just used this piece, but you've also got all of the other elements too. The other one we have used today is our lemon vine. I love that, so much love for that. Michelle was saying beforehand she thought this was one of her favourite pieces, but it doesn't just cut, it embosses. So where you see open elements like this with no blade on, then you know that they're always going to emboss. Live your zest life is all of the sentiments and those oranges and lemons, and Michelle showed you how the tricolour aqua markers for this collection work so beautifully. You're going to get citrus vine, which is your gold, amber and marigold, clear skies, which is your aquamarine, navy and peacock blue, bougainvillea, which is your magenta, bougainvillea and moss. Now, we can't remember seeing bougainvillea before. The other colours have existed in aqua pens, but not in these configurations. So there isn't another pen that's got those three golds, those three blues, or those three colours at the bottom. So yeah, they are new. You've also got your decorative tiles, which I think is one of my favourite embossing folders for a long time. 3D embossing folders, not two plates, so it's your plate, your magnetic shim and your clear plastic shim. The one that we all have loved has been those olive leaves. It's such a crisp and clear image. It's beautiful. You've got your Mediterranean Dreams paper pad, which is the one that really pulls everything together. You've got the tile, I keep saying Moroccan tile, but it's your Italian tile, your Moroccan tile, your Spanish tile, whichever one you want. All of this brings all of these together. You've just got the tile effect on the front, and then you've got the pattern on the back. So this is almost like a flipped paper pad. Isn't this absolutely gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. And again, looking at these 12 by 12s, I'm just thinking, be so easy to trim them down, 5 by 7, 6 by 6s, you know, whatever size you want. Beautiful, beautiful paper pad. That one, yes, it's so dark, it is almost denim, isn't it? And then such a pretty card. I'm thinking there's so many cards. I just think these are going on projects. These are going to look perfect on your boxes. You know, I mean, I don't know, but that's one of my favourites. I really like that one. And again, all of these look really different when you look at them close up. I can see it close, and then I look at it on the monitor, which is a bit further away, and they look different again. And then you've got this yellows, oranges and blues. I love the blue that runs through it all. It just reminds me of those gorgeous buildings. You've got your linen card, as we said, goes perfectly with your paper pad, but it is just the colours of your pens. And then everything you just saw in the 12 by 12 shrunk down to make a smaller print in the 6 by 6. Now, can't pick this up yet. This doesn't launch till Friday. Becky at 11 a.m. and our Sarah will be back at 2 p.m. on Friday to show you hers. And she's doing some fast demos at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see. Right, this is really, really close between two. Ooh, between two. I'm not saying. Is that what you think? Which one do you think it will be?
All of them.
All of them. I forgot what order they went in.
So number 1, number 2,
yeah,
number 3, and number 4. Oh, they're all sliding away.
Well, I think everyone's going to be surprised because not surprised, but Demo of the Show goes by one vote. By one vote, because our Susie is so good at counting these up. It's number 3. It's your recipe box.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be your other one with the Venetian blind on.
Yeah.
I did. There you go. But no, everybody is loving that. They're loving the ideas. Absolutely brilliant. Jerry Handy says, I received my Mediterranean dreams yesterday from HSN. So beautiful. Now, a few of you have already got them. Now, just before we go, well done. That's going on the wall for later with that other beautiful card you did. Just want to remind you of this one, of our Weekend Wonder. So make sure you pick this up today. £45, $45, platinum price £36, $36 is amazing value. You're getting your waterfall die, you're getting your 4 character tags here, which are front and back. You get your primary colour blend pencils, 24 colour blend pencils in there. You're getting your 6 aqua tricolours, which it gives you 18 colours, your Bordeaux pigment ink, and your glossy highlights. The value on that is phenomenal. For £36, $36 if you are platinum. So brilliant. Right, we are back at 6 p.m. It's all about the pop-outs, but please don't forget double points on everything, plus an extra 100 bonus points if you buy the plaid collection today. That's all in celebration of US Mother's Day tomorrow. And also we have got our 70% spring savings, and we're going to come up with some more later. I had my tri-blend pens earlier, and Michelle had her totally Tiffany. We're going to come up with some totally different ones. We'll be back at 6 p.m, but don't forget to shop those amazing deals until 6 p.m. Have a lovely afternoon, whatever you're doing. I hope it's sunny wherever you are and you get to see a little bit of that sunshine. But until 6 p.m, see you later.